The Xiaomi 14 Pro has already been launched in China, and as we await for the global launch in the coming weeks, here are 11 things you need to know about it. Xiaomi boasts that this phone may have the brightest display ever in a smartphone with a claimed peak brightness of 3000 nits. The issue, however, is that almost everyone who has tested it says that it does not actually reach the 3000 nits. But phones rarely ever reach their peak brightness unless it reaches certain conditions, and that may be the case here because the maximum brightness may only be for HDR content. Either way, it's still a super bright screen and you definitely won't struggle outdoors. Still on the display, it introduces the new Xiaomi Longjing glass for both the front and back, and they claim that it's 10 times harder than regular glass. Videos have come out of Chinese YouTubers hitting a nail on a piece of wood with the phone, basically using it as a hammer, and the phone's glass doesn't break, so it's quite a strong glass. Being a premium phone, the build quality is expected to be great, and that's how it is. It has IP68 rating for dust and water resistance, ensuring durability even in challenging environments. The inclusion of the fastest USB-C 3.2 ensures faster data transfer speeds and charging capabilities, while the presence of an IR blaster adds a touch of versatility. When it comes to design, it's a solid improvement as compared to the Xiaomi 13 Pro. It has a premium display too, leaving little to be desired. Being a flagship phone, you get everything: an LTPO AMOLED display, 120Hz refresh rate, and support for Dolby Vision. The visual experience is said to be immersive and vibrant. The impressive 1440 by 3200 pixels on the big 6.73-inch display contribute to a sharp and detailed viewing experience. It's a curved screen, but the display is still flat. It looks like a floating display on top of the curves, and this makes it look very premium. The Xiaomi 14 Pro is the first phone in the world to be launched with the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset, and it goes without saying, when it comes to performance, it outperforms the previous 8 Gen 2 on all benchmarks. It even beats the A17 Pro in some tests, and so it's very powerful. The 8 Gen 3 also has some new generative AI features that you should expect it to be incorporated in the software. And speaking of software, it comes with HyperOS, which is Xiaomi's new operating system replacing MIUI. It's still Android, so it runs on the latest Android 14. Comparing it to MIUI, there's a few minor differences here and there, but they look pretty much alike, and the average person will just think that it's a newer version of MIUI. And in typical Xiaomi fashion, it also takes inspiration from iOS. When it comes to RAM and storage, the Xiaomi 14 Pro offers various configurations, starting with 12GB of RAM and 256GB of storage, and going up all the way to 16GB of RAM and 1TB of storage. Combining that with a powerful processor, you'll be able to run everything with smooth multitasking and enough space for apps, media, and files. And then we have battery life. It has a 4880 mAh battery, a pretty standard size, and you should obviously expect a full day of usage. Charging speed is where it shines, as it is equipped with lightning fast 120W wired charging, which fills up the phone in less than 20 minutes. Wireless charging is also way faster than usual, 50 watts, so with either charging mode, you're filling up the phone in less than an hour. Reverse wireless charging is 10 watts, which is also good enough. And of course, unlike these other flagship phones, it actually ships with the 120W charger in the box. When it comes to the cameras, it has a triple camera setup just like the Xiaomi 13 Pro. All of them are 50 megapixels, a main lens, ultra-wide lens, and telephoto lens. The main difference is that the main lens is not a 1-inch sensor like the one from the Xiaomi 13 Pro. You should expect excellent photos and videos in general. The trio of cameras is versatile, and it allows users to capture photos and videos in various lighting conditions and environments. The selfie camera is a 32 megapixel snapper, and a notable upgrade is that it can now finally shoot 4K video at 60 fps. The rear camera, on the other hand, can record 8K at 30 fps. One standout feature of the Xiaomi 14 Pro's main lens is its variable aperture, a change from the traditional fixed aperture design. So you can adapt the camera to different lighting conditions and scenarios and get the best results depending on your situation. Finally, we have the price. As we said earlier, the phone was already launched in China, where the base version, which is 12GB and 256GB, comes at $680. But as usual, pricing in China is usually lower than the rest of the world, and so when it goes global, you should expect it to be at least around $800 or $900. But looking at its features, I'd say that it's worth it. Are you thinking of buying it when it reaches international markets? Let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. I'm Milan and this is Fuzitech. Subscribe.